Good morning, this is Hiker Dude Dad, and I am at a popular family spot, Chickies Rock. We've been here before. We're just outside of Columbia, Pennsylvania. But here, outlined against this blue-gray October sky, a bone-chilling rain setting in, let's explore the darker side of the rock. So Chickies Rock is a 240-foot high quartzite outcropping towering above the Susquehanna River. The name comes from the Lenape word Chickasalunga, which means place of the crayfish. Our first tale involves a young Susquehannock named Wanunga and his beautiful wife Wahuta. One autumn day, not unlike this one, Wanunga left on an extended trading expedition. While he was away, his wife Wahuta became friendly and eventually fell in love with a nearby white settler. The two would sneak off under the cover of darkness to Chickies Rock for activities. After several weeks, Wanunga returned home. One night he saw Wahuta sneaking out and decided to follow her. There in the moonlight, Wanunga saw his wife in the arms of another man. Wanunga pulled his tomahawk, ran at the man, repeatedly hacking at him. After slitting the man's throat, Wanunga cast the lifeless body off the cliff's edge. Furious, Wanunga attempted to throw her over the cliff too, but in the struggle they both tumbled to their deaths on the jagged rocks 200 feet below. There are a few other versions of this story, and if you want to read them, please click the link below, visit Uncharted Lancaster. Adam has all these stories compiled there. It is a treasure trove of scary haunted information. Select the Haunted tab to read them all. In 1893, the Columbia and Donegal Electric Railway built a narrow gauge line that climbed the west side of Chickies Hill Road and then curved sharply to the west to reach Chickies Park. This little stretch here at the summit is the only part that's left of this narrow gauge trolley track. Up here, the train company was going to build an amusement park to make this a big attraction around Columbia. The only problem is that there was one home up here occupied by 3 sisters, and it sat squarely in the middle of the proposed site of this amusement park. The bigger problem was that the sisters were rumored to be practitioners
of the dark arts.
So the trolley tracks are up here. There's sort of unofficial paths back here, but I'm seeing some big pieces of stone. I was hoping to find foundations for the sister's house. That would be absolutely amazing. The tracks are out there and they are oriented this way, so it would have possibly run this way. That's why I came back this way looking for evidence of a house. So the C&D eventually started purchasing up all the land. Most were eager to sell except for the sisters. They made several offers, each offer more generous than the last, but the sisters refused every time. They would never give up their ancestral home. With no alternative left, the trolley company went to the government and had the land seized through eminent domain. The sisters, now absolutely desperate, made a suicide pact. Before they followed through, though, the sisters turned to the black arts for revenge. They cast a spell and cursed the land. They cursed it so that any greed on the part of the new owners would cause certain death. Some believe that this curse caused the most horrific trolley accident in Lancaster County. Just 3 years later, in 1896, there was a trolley accident that killed 6 and injured 68. As the trolley was descending Chickies Rock, it had too much speed, headed into Columbia, hit a curve, and derailed. The trolley line was abandoned in 1932, but on a creepy day like this, it is believed that their dark magic still haunts the rock. I'm up above the overlook now in the most heavily wooded part of the rock to tell of a sighting. In February 2002, a man was driving near Chickies Rock when he had a strange encounter. In the distance, he saw what appeared to be a person walking in the middle of the road. He later wrote, "A stick-thin figure, about 5 feet tall, covered with hair, stood in the road." At that point, he turned on his high beams to get a good look. The creature turned and looked at him with yellow, glowing eyes and instantly disappeared. Legend has it that the Albatwitch is a 4 to 5 foot tall ape man, skinnier in proportions to a Sasquatch, has a neck and a head and everything. They usually hang out in trees and love to eat apples. They're mischievous. They often throw their eaten apple cores at people. And the Albatwitch legend has been around for thousands of years, honestly. The Susquehannocks painted Albatwitches on their war shields. The Algonquin told of a hairy, human-like creature that they called
Magumu Wasus.
Honestly, the last time I was at Tobe Run, and I'll link that video up here, as you can see, I think that Brett and I found Albatwitch tracks, fresh ones, in the mud. You can see that video here. According to Uncharted Lancaster, the name Albatwitch is believed to be a Pennsylvania Dutch English compound word for apple snitch. However, if you look up the German origins of the words, you get anywhere from apple elf to elf spirit or gliding, escaping elf spirit. You know, as with most hominids of legend, they tend to be elusive but curious. Next time you're here at Chickies Rock County Park, look up in the trees. One could be there watching you, munching on an apple, getting ready to drop it on you. Not today, Albatwitch. Not today. All right, so I found this awesome shelter cave here at the base of Chickies Rock to kind of tell you of our last tale, the tale of the Shadow Hat Man. As recently as 2004, a tall, shadowy, silhouetted man wearing a fedora-style type hat and flowing cape was spotted at Chickies Rock. Shadow people, according to this legend, or today I believe people have been referring to them on TikTok at least as skinwalkers, are shadow-like humanoid figures that are, you kind of see them flickering on walls or in ceilings, kind of on your peripheral vision. It's definitely not small retinal tears or floaters or anything like that. but they're often reported moving with quick, jerky movements, and then they kind of disintegrate into the walls and just disappear. Mirrors too, they kind of disintegrate into mirrors. They're believed to be evil and aggressive in nature. Often they're really disfigured and distorted, almost like half animal, half human. There are pictures that I can show up here, pretty gruesome stuff. Not sure if it's fakeable or not, but you know, computer programs, Photoshop, stuff like that, you can pretty much special effects do anything these days. Similarly dressed specters exist in Native American lore throughout the country, especially among the Navajo. They seem to be fond of remote areas and are usually seen standing atop cliffs and hills like Chickies Rock, where they act like sentries or guards. So some believe that this skinwalker or shadow hat man is the ghost of spurned lover Wanunga from our story before. Others think it is a Susquehannock apparition that warns people to stay off sacred Native American grounds. Hikers also report hearing ghostly drumming from the rock. No one has ever been able to locate the source of the drumming despite many attempts. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed our stories today. Have a great Halloween. If you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Whether you believe these or not, Chickies Rock is quite an awesome place to explore. Just keep your eyes peeled when you do. See you next time.